So, why did I start house sitting as a new 40-year-old and child free? My name is Giselle. Welcome to my channel, Midlife Exploration. In this video, I want to share with you all the reason behind choosing to start as a full-time house and pet sitter starting December of this year. Right now is August 2024. A little bit about me. I live in Seattle, Washington. I live with my wonderful partner, my boyfriend, of 5.5 years. And we have decided to start as full-time house sitters, first locally in our state here of Washington State, and then starting to go out of that as we enter this journey, go out more and more in other states, and then later out of the country. And we are starting this journey full time on December the 1st, 2024. Anyway, today I'm actually shooting from my first house sit, and I'm actually booked this house sit by myself. It's a 3-day, 2-night house sit here locally so that I can start the journey, and I have been loving it. So ever since I can remember, probably at least 10 years ago, I've had a desire to travel. Always have had excuses. Always something comes up. It's always not the perfect time. And literally, as I sat there and turned 40 in May of this year, I just started, confronting some of those fears. And I'd say that's the biggest thing that helped me back from traveling in my 20s and 30s is fear of not having enough money, fear of being uncomfortable. That's like the biggest one, being uncomfortable, being away from place that I call home, being away from my friends. When I met my partner 5.5 years ago, obviously being away from him, right? Like he would have to come with me. We didn't have any plans or anything, right? At that point when we had just met about the future. And so all of this, I would boil it down to fear. That's has been holding me back. And when I turned 40 in May, it was like some people may call it a midlife crisis, right? I don't know if that's part of what I'm experiencing, a midlife crisis, but it is a space of realizing I'm midlife, right? In reality, I don't know when my last day here is, right? And what I imagine is it'll be in my 80s. So if the end of life is in my 80s, then I am midway there. And I started taking stock of what I have accomplished, what I haven't accomplished, all the dreams and goals I've put to the side, I've abandoned, I forgot about. And again, the one that kept coming back and back again was traveling. Now, why house sitting, right? We could go stay on Airbnb, stay at hotels, go on cruises, right? Why house sitting? Why did we choose house sitting? Reason why we chose house sitting, which I did not know about up until May of this year, what it was, house sitting was, is that I'm huge into joining communities of people who have done what you want to do. And one of those communities I joined is called the Lux Nomad. I will leave a link below if you want to join. And it's basically a community of us on the platform of school. All of us have a dream of being digital nomads. And Michelle is the one that started this community. She's been traveling nomad as a digital nomad for like 4 to 5 years. And I've been following her journey. And I know her through my business. I'm in real estate. That's a real estate background as well. And I started following her. And I was so inspired by her journey when she launched this membership. I was the first one to join, actually. I'll show my post somewhere here. She was talking about all the different ways one can become a digital nomad, and she mentioned house sitting. At first, did not pay attention to that. I'm like, what is, it wasn't even in my world what that meant. I watched her video going into a little bit of detail about it, how some people do travel by being house sitters. Now, one of our members, her name's Brandy, she shared in that group that she was taking on house sitting as a way to start traveling herself. And so her and her mom, within 30 days, gave up their apartment in San Diego, California, and became full-time house sitters and literally started traveling all over California and are still traveling right now all over California. And because of her journey and her sharing in there how she did it, I was like, oh my God, this is a way for me and my boyfriend to start traveling without having to have thousands of dollars coming in, from our businesses. And I can start doing that in my home state. And since she did it, and she did a little class inside of our group on how she had been doing it, how she did it, I followed that class step by step. And I'm like, that's how I'm going to do it. That is why we chose house sitting. Now, my boyfriend wasn't immediately on board, I'd say. I had to have, I brought it up to him as an idea of how we could travel. And I actually discussed it during my birthday in May. And, it's confronting, for all of us. Like me and him, we live in a nice house. We live in the suburbs here, 30 minutes outside of Seattle, Washington. We have a very comfortable life. We have friends here, we have businesses, we work here locally, and we're very comfortable living our lives. And we don't have children. And so one day I noticed, I was like, wait a minute, we don't have kids. We don't have pets. I had my Shiba cat. I had her for 15 years. She passed away about a year and a half ago, almost 2 years now. And I chose not to get a pet. I wasn't ready to commit to a pet. And I was thinking about fostering, but then I found out about house sitting because I do miss having pets. And so I was thinking, over several conversations with my partner, we kept thinking like, wait a minute, we don't have children, we don't have pets, we're free, other than our businesses, we're free to go anywhere we want. And so over several conversations over months, because it takes something to have these conversations with your partner, right? We finally, we just both aligned and we said house sitting will be the literally aligns with what we're up to, right? Traveling the state, traveling the country, traveling overseas in a very unique way that allows us to live like locals, spend time with pets, which we both love. I'm team cat, his is team dog, and we both love animals. So I still love doggies. And we just, it kind of just clicked, it's like we can save ourselves thousands of dollars that we're spending literally living life where we live in a very nice area. And while we transition to online business, stay here locally and provide a service to a homeowner that has pets and take care of their home. Like if it's our own home, take care of their pets, spend quality time with animals. I mean, the more we kept talking about it, the more it kept being in my community with Brandy and hearing her story and just learning about other people that have done house sitting. I was like, okay, I'm sold. Like this is how we're going to start this digital nomad journey via house sitting. Now, if you've landed on this video, it's probably because you're already a house sitter, either a new one, you've been doing it for years, you're curious about how others do it, or you're thinking about it, you've never done it yet, and you're considering house sitting as a way to start traveling, which is where I was at only literally a few months ago. And now we're starting this journey to full-time house sitting. I want to share a few resources with you that have helped me in this journey. One of them is joining a community of like-minded individuals who have already done what you want to do, and others that are in the same journey, either a few steps ahead or a few steps behind, or at the same steps, right? And then you just surround yourself in those conversations so that you can keep the goal in front of you and keep moving forward, because any new goal is scary. Okay, like this is exciting for me and it's scary all at the same time. So that's my number one recommendation. Join a community that you align with. If you're interested in joining the community I'm part of, I will leave the link below and you can join that. And literally, I mean, this wouldn't be happening if I wasn't part of that community. That's all I can say about that. The other resource I will share with you, which was shared to me through my community of Lux Nomad, is I know there's probably a bunch of websites out there for house sitting, pet sitting. The one that everyone has recommended, and let me tell you, when I recommend something to you, is because I've already done my research. I've already asked 1,000 questions. I've watched hours and hours of YouTube content on it. Again, I'm paying for a monthly membership, right? I'm getting information directly from the source of people that are doing it. If I recommend something, you can trust that I've already done the research. All my friends call me for things because I love learning about things and I like getting the answers to things. And so the number one site to get on would be Trusted House Sitters. That's the one I joined as well. Again, I'm sure there's other ones, but every single resource I've looked at, that's the one they recommend. So I'm also recommending Trusted House Sitters. You can use my link. It's free to join and browse house sitting opportunities near you. However, if you want to apply for a house sit, and again, you're not getting paid to do house sitting on this website. It's not like Rover or other websites. This is you exchange your services for a roof over your head. Then you have to pay, and it's a yearly membership, and there's a couple memberships. So if you decide to join, if you join through my link, you get 25% off your yearly membership, which I did. I joined through Brandy's link and I got a discount, which I like. I love getting discounts. So anyway, but again, you can join through my link. You don't have to join the paid version. Just join through my link. It's free. You start browsing. That's what I did for like a month. And then once I was ready to commit, then I paid the membership. Those are the two resources I have for you. Those are the main ones for now. That's the main resources I have. Other than just keep checking back in on this channel. Some final thoughts is number one thing I was willing to be is uncomfortable. I realized my biggest block right now in my life is being comfortable. 40 years old, I don't have kids, we live a comfortable lifestyle in the suburbs. And I realized like every day was being like Groundhog Day for me. And I was like, what the heck am I doing? There's nothing holding me back except fear and comfort. That's the biggest realization I had just in the last few weeks. I've been sharing it with other women in my life. And as I started decluttering my house, we live in a big house. My goodness, I've been experiencing attachment to things. Like, again, a whole other video I'll have to create on that, but it's like there's so much attachment to my comforts, little things comforts, like having my favorite coffee mug available to me. Sounds silly, but that's how much attachment I have to like the things. And I don't own a lot of things, and I still have attachment to my things, and I'm comfortable. Anyway, thank you for watching. I truly really appreciate it. I hope you got something out of this video. If you did, please like it, comment, let me know if you're a house sitter, if you're starting this journey, if you're interested in this journey. I just appreciate you coming with me on this journey. And again, if you want to continue the conversation or check out some of the resources I recommended, make sure you check the links below and let me know what you thought, what questions you have. I'd love for a conversation to get started out of this YouTube channel.